Sharma from ECA. So today I'll be presenting my presentation for ECA individual presentation, and my topic which I chose was future of retailing in 2015. So we'll just go through all the brief ideas like how will retailing go this year and the coming decade. So we'll start like how will it change and who will be the major factors affecting the retail future in the market. So the main brief idea is like a handful of retailers will come to control the market. Like there will be like big stores like Costco and Walmart, and they'll still try to go on and survive and go on and do the same kind of business. The main thing is like in the future, the consumers, like they will be the main factor who will change the role of retailers and suppliers in the market. It will be more precise, like consumers can actually put forward their demands, and the nature of their lifestyle will actually affect the retailing business. So in retailing in 2015 will be a new ball of game with new rules and new relationships, a whole new world. So it will be a totally different thing. Since 1970s, like when the media and the advertisement got really common, so since then it has been changing completely, and it's really hard to forecast for the suppliers and the retailer, like what kind of customers will there be in the market to buy the products, what their sales will be. So it's really not easy to plan that. And so it will still go on. So all the challenges in the years ahead will be increasingly like not secure, and consumer will be more difficult to understand, much less to predict than ever before. And it will be like, as we know, like e-marketing, e-retailing and stuff, like you can order stuff online. So you can get your stuff even from China sitting in Australia, or even from India, just by going to a computer, going to internet and just logging to eBay or any Alibaba website or anything like that. So it will be really easy for people like nowadays, and it's still in future, to order anything from overseas for a cheaper price from the retailer who is providing better services and products. So it will definitely change the lifestyle of people buying. In 2015, what I see is an evolution is how retailers create the value for the consumers. The first thing is like the need. Like you actually want to buy one product, like you are feeling thirsty, you will go and buy a bottle of water. But for the need, someone has to create a need for something like which we actually don't need to survive. Like you can say cosmetics. So they need to come up with an advertisement like, okay, you can use these things and it will help you to look more pretty, more beautiful. So the retailers and suppliers being always trying to create a need for these kind of products, which are actually not there as a necessity. They are like kind of a luxury for everyone. So this will be main thing, like retailers are looking forward to set you for the thing, like you actually need this in your life. So I will just go ahead and discuss 20 trends for 2015. Like how will these forces of change play out over the remainder of the decade? What will 2015 look like for retailers and suppliers? Who will win and who will lose? Retail forward projects for the following 20 trends to transpire by the end of the decade. No more one size fits all. It means like there won't be products too many common in the market, like they are made on a standard conditions and standard features, like it suits everyone, but it will be like more precise, like suppliers and the manufacturers and the retailer will try to focus on different age groups, different kind of people with different background and likes. They can go ahead and see like if this kind of person of this age group like these kind of things, so they will actually make it for them. Like you can actually, I can give you an example, like if you go to a Dell website, you can actually order your laptop according to your specifications, like what kind of RAM you want, what kind of hard drive you want, and you can just build it yourself. So in the future as well, it will be more like that, like you can maybe in future, like after 5 years or 6 years, even now you can just like design your own belt, your own shirt, which is not too common right now. So that's more like focus about the individual qualities, like it won't be like a one size fits all, like you are making a standard kind of a jacket and selling it to all the people around the world. They will try to change it, and it's changing rapidly. And Walmart keeps smiling. I just want to give an example of Walmart in America. I just want to relate it to Costco in Australia and Woolworths and Kohl's, because these are the big retailers, and they keep on moving and they will keep on doing the same business like they are doing it for like 2 or 3 decades. Like they are big retailers, and it's really easy for them to overcome the small departmental stores and stuff because they are selling in bulk with less profit margin. So they'll keep on rolling. Super centers keep on rolling. The same thing like I told you before in the last slide. Like they'll keep on doing the business. They'll outlast the small retailers. In Australia, like you can see, there's only one big warehouse, like Bunnings warehouse. And if you go to any Asian countries, there's a whole market for hardware stores. Like you can get sanitary items in one shop, and you can go to the next shop and get tools and stuff. Or here, like the tradies, like want to go to one place. They want to save time because they don't want to go to individual markets and stuff. So Bunning is one kind of an example. Like they have entire control over the hardware industry. There are not many markets, and maybe in future, like they have increased the timings, work timings for all these convenience store. They are sometimes like they open 24 hours. So maybe after 5 years, we'll prefer to go to the Woolworths or Coles, which are open 24 hours, to buy a bottle of drink or a can of Coke or something like that, rather than going to any departmental store and paying like $2 extra for it. So the bad thing about this is like the people who are having a small business will suffer a huge loss because they won't be able to survive in the market. Supervising the supercenters, conventional food, drug, and mass formats are under attack. I just told you before, like in the last slide, small businesses, it will be hard to survive. Departmental stores are caught in vicious circle, propelled by escalating competition from mass retailers, lifestyles, and specialties. Even like apart from that, you go online and you can find lots of things. So you can like you maybe don't have to go to the market to buy things. And mass like malls get mold. Malls aren't going away, but many will change almost beyond recognition. I'll just tell you an example and give you an example like how the shopping center used to look like 20 years ago. Then they started to introduce like food courts in the shopping center. So people used to go to shop and they used to eat something, and then after a few years, like they went ahead to just to eat, and then they used to shop a little as well. And now, if you can see the trend, like there are like cinemas in the shopping center, people going there to watch the movie instead of shopping. So I can figure out like most of the people are there to watch the movie. It's a really good tactic, like you're going to watch a movie and then you buy something as well, and that's what it is like. And in future, maybe like they'll bring in some more good ideas, maybe a gaming zone in the shopping center, or maybe they will put in some event, or maybe they can make an internal tennis court where people will go and play and they will buy some things as well. So it is changing, and maybe after 5 years you won't be able to recognize like, will this be a future of shopping centers? Reconcept rather than remodel, and reconcept is like bringing in new concepts to how to sell the product, maybe distributing some free samples and stuff like that, giving them discounts. So it's not that easy like you bring the products and then you just sell it in the market. Experience excels, experiential retailing concepts will mix the concept like, yeah, it seems like giving promotions and stuff, selling with the new ideas and techniques. E-commerce, I told you, like going online, buying stuffs, it's easy for everyone to get access. Anything you go into the market and see, like I've found this computer for like $100, and I can just go and log into my mobile phone and see like whether it is already for $100 and stuff like that. So it's not that easy for people to sell on their actual price that they want to, like it used to be before. Smart shopping, like in Korea, there are stores like they don't have actual shelves over there with the merchandise. They're just like big screens. You can just go and scan that product. When you walk out of the store, you get the entire thing packed in your baggage. And smart shopping, apart from that, like you can see, like there are not too many console operators working right now in Coles, and because it's self-checkout, that's something new and innovative. But on the other hand, we are losing jobs as well. There are like less jobs, but in the end, like maybe IT people can get more jobs to fix those computers and stuff. Smart stores, like same online stores and stuff. And commerce, more B2B business, so this is very important. The thing is like, see ECA right now, like they want all these kind of merchandise like pencils and scales and these computer systems and stuff. Before they used to have a kind of a purchase officer. They used to go out in the market, buy all the things and come back. But now it's really easy, like if you are enrolled with office work, you can just like go online and just select what you want to, and then you can just order. That's like more business to business. So global rent rush continues, like despite growing world tensions, it's the same thing, like and no matter like people are fighting with each other, the countries and stuff, you can still trade easily, you can bring stuff from overseas. Retailers act like suppliers. Retailers actually become like more global. They will seek alternative sources of supply. Like retailers want the cheapest thing to sell to the consumer, So maybe if they are getting supplies from Australia, maybe they're getting, if they're getting cheaper from somewhere else, they will go for it. And retailers as brand managers, retailers will become brand managers at an unprecedented scale, and search for competitive differentiate accelerates. This decade means to build your own brand. Like own brand means like Kohl's selling their own brand, home brand stuff and stuff like that. It's more cheaper, and you don't have to make more money on the advertisement and marketing. So it's and brand sharing, like Kohl's can have a small stall marketing, or like have you seen like in Kohl's they have got like some insurance policies as well. So that can be a big insurance company going to the Kohl's market and just setting up a stall over this to just help them sell their things, and maybe the insurance company giving some free vouchers to so that people can visit more Kohl's. And it's like Uber retailers over the course of the decades, retailers will find out how far they can stretch their brands as they continue to transit competitive boundaries. Supplier act like retailers. I told you before, like suppliers, suppliers will become retailers as more suppliers get locked out of the traditional retail chances. This is thing like the main suppliers who are actually sending goods to the middleman, which works as a retailer in between consumer and supplier. They will start selling their goods directly to the consumers. So consumers calls the shots, and in the end, like it's you, me, and everyone like who will be deciding the future of retailing. It's on us, like how we act and how we do and how we go and buy our stuff. It will change the future of retailing. And any questions you guys want to ask me? Any questions?
Questions, Paul?
Where is the conclusion?
The conclusion is I told you that you guys will decide the future of retailing. Is it's in your hands, like what kind of buying nature you want to have. Like you want to go online and buy, or if you want to go out and shop. It's up to you. If you guys keep on buying online, there will be not many shops left out there. But I myself, if I give you an example of myself, I want to try the thing first, feel it, how is it, and then I go and buy it, rather than ordering online. So what do you think? Would you prefer buy something online, or if you just like it, you will just order it?
No, I will go and have a look at the product and then will buy it.
What about like if you're using an iPhone before and then you want to buy another one? Will you still go out and buy another phone, or if you know how it works, then maybe you will order online, right?
Yeah, I will
So
see and inspect
both is like
first.
something new, then you will go out and look for it. Already use it, then. So.
Was that a question from a Niles class?
Well, I do think so that what you have showed is like it's future. It is already there.
Yeah, it's already there. It will be
But
like.
that is not
What will
future
be the
of
future of retailing then?
There, I described you like the suppliers will become the retailers, right? And one size fits all won't be the trend. It's still changing, but apart from that, you can't actually forecast because of the consumer's behavior. You are changing, we are changing. Our let's say like if you think like in next 5 years the sales of iPhones will go up by like 200% or 300%, that can't be the case, because the thing is like maybe some other gadget which are more user-friendly comes into the market, maybe not in the phone, like if it can be replaced by a watch or something like that, it can change automatically. But before, in like 10, 20 years ago, when the things were not technically advanced, at that time you can actually predict like, okay, I have a cotton factory, I'm manufacturing like clothes or something, it will go good for like 20 years before, because people won't stop using these things. But now it's like the trends are changing. People used to wear different kind of clothes like 30 years ago, now they are using different kind of clothes. And same goes for the gadgets and stuff. Like people used to buy, like 10 years ago, I never thought like I'll be using a touchscreen phone, what it is. And now I'm using like, we all are using like something which is really very common. It's not like unique or something like that. So that was my main point, like it will be changing continuously, and it's really hard to predict and forecast. Like you can't forecast your sales. Like will you be selling really good, or you will be like outclassed from the market, like you won't even be able to survive. Like there are plenty of examples of the brands which used to be the top seller in the market, and they don't even exist anymore. And there are some brands like Google. I worked for Google, and then Google started in '98. At that time, no one knew like what Google will be, and now they are like they have got the worth of like more than $273 billion. So it all came in like last 15 years or so. They grew like something, and same like goes for Apple. Same goes for Samsung. No one used to buy like Samsung phones before. Like they used to say like Nokia is better, but now you see Nokia stands nowhere near to Samsung. Samsung is making more sales, but no one predicted that. Everyone was like, okay, BlackBerry, yeah, it will be doing good, but they were able to sell it, I think BlackBerry for something, and they couldn't even sell their like what they produce. So the main thing is like, it's really, you have to be innovative in future, how you are, what kind of things you bring in your mind. You have to be more creative. It's not like you bring one thing and you can just keep on selling for like 10 years or 20 years. It won't be like that. Because we are changing really fast. We need something new every time in our life. So same like our demands and stuff. If you're using an iPhone right now, maybe after 5 years you won't be using it at all. Something else. Maybe a smartwatch, maybe something else. Like even you see the example of this screen. It used to be at this big monitor like 10 years ago, and now it's like really small and flat. So it's really unpredictable. The future is really unpredictable. And the second point I want to share is like, as we used to think like maybe Walmart or Costco or Woolworths won't be able to survive, but they'll keep on rolling. Like they are rolling right now. They will be the major retailers in the market because people want to save time. They want to go to one store and buy all the things. It will be like that only. People don't prefer like going to a small shop to buy milk and then to another shop to buy another things. So they prefer like more convenient. They don't even want to care about like spending $2 extra on the grocery bill. So that's what I think it is the future of retailing. And anything else you want to share an idea about like what you actually think, that point which I might have missed about the future of retailing, like what do you think, what is your opinion about it? Like we are just sharing the idea, so what do you think?
Because like
what you're talking is like more about the technologies and all stuff.
Yeah.
But like retailing, what do you think about what's the retailing here?
Retailing is selling to the consumer.
So how will it change? Like how will
See,
retailing
before-
change in the future?
Yeah, see, before, like right now, you're going to the shop and buying it. You're spending your time online searching for the goods and buying it, selling it. So maybe in future, you won't go to the shops at all. Maybe you just buy all the things online, maybe on the auctions and stuff. So that's what I'm saying,
It
like,
happens right now is the
sorry?
It happens.
If we sell directly from the manufacturing company,
Yeah.
is it the retailer also?
See, that's what I'm saying, like the suppliers will become the retailers. The suppliers will act like a retailer. They will manufacture, they will build, and they will sell directly to the consumer. The middleman role will automatically vanish, you know what I mean? Like because you know, I'm living in Australia. If I've got a small business, I make cheese, right? And before I used to sell, like you're from Nepal?
Yeah, I know before.
You're from Nepal?
No.
India. Okay, same. She's from India. Then I have to find her. Okay, she will import my cheese. I give her the sample. She imports the cheese from Australia, made by me. All right. And then she hires a marketing manager, and then she sells it to everyone. But now the world is changing. Maybe the people sitting in India can go online to my website. They can order it, pay the postage handling charges, and I can ship them directly. So what is her role now in the market, in the retailing business? Will she able to survive? Because I'm using the internet. I'm using the power of internet to communicate directly to the buyers. This will be good for you as well, and for me as well, because you can get it on the cheaper price, because she won't be earning anything. You know what I mean?
You are
It
explaining
happens.
like there is no future for the retail shop in the future.
See,
You explain like
what I'm saying, then now I have become a retailer myself. Before I used to send a consignment packed with a 40. Before I was sending her the consignment as being a as being a manufacturer to her, and then she was being a retailer to sell you one packet. But now what I'm doing, I am the manufacturer, I am the retailer as well. I'm sending you one packet of cheese, right, or 200 grams. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that means
Do you know the types of
there will not be a retailer in the future.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying.
That's the future of retailing. Like the supplier will become the retailer. There won't be the current retailer in the market exist anymore. You know what I mean? There still will be, maybe in a remote area where there's no internet in Africa. You want to sell some goods to the people living in the suburbs, like where there's no electricity. Then still, I need her because she'll be the one to import the stuff, pay me the money. And apart from that, like yeah, right now we can use eBay and you can use PayPal or direct deposit and stuff like that. What if I don't want to have a hassle to go individually to everyone to sell like $5 things? Maybe she is really good enough to pay me like $50,000 check. I send her all the consignment, and then she is up to her like how she wants to do. But what I think personally, it's my opinion, that it's already going on in future as well. Like it will be like this one. I will be manufacturing, I will be marketing, and I will try to get the most of the money, because middlemen, we just want to evacuate them. We just won't. But in some parts it will still retain where there's no electricity and stuff. Did I clear your point, sir?
actually not really.
Okay, so I was just asking for your opinion. Have you done the same thing? So what do you think is the future of retailing, and you like which you think like is the major point?
Like this, you're sticking that middleman will go and warehouse.
That's one of the point of the 20 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your other points? Like, what will the changes in the retailing?
That's what I told you. Like in retailing,
You're
the shops will be
Then
smart shops.
As well. There is the warehouse retailing as well. There's one type of retailing that is called warehouse retailing.
Yeah.
You can buy directly without any middle. So that won't be the future. This is the present. What you're talking, that's the present of retailing.
So what are you saying? Like the warehouse retailing
You're
just
saying
exists.
that without middlemen, you can sell your product directly to the consumer.
Yeah.
In the future.
It happens right now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But still,
that's
right
the
now,
future of
see,
retailing.
that's what I'm saying. It's the future retailing in 2015. So this year, it won't change drastically. You know what I mean? I'm talking about 2015, not about like 10 years ago. It's after 10 years and stuff like that. You saw my first slide. It was like future retailing in 2015, the current year. So what do you think in 1 year, like it will be like vanish, like there won't be any Woolworths or something like that? Anything else?
Wait. Hold it. Okay, that's good. Good interaction, which is good. So I'm sure you'll score high points on interaction, which is good.
That one is like,
So Narain, feedback.
if there is a 10% down here, it's just like I'm giving you feedback, all right? I think this like I'll give you. No, all of them competent. Give the presenter, clear introduction. However, guys, I'm going to ask them.
Yeah. No, you give the feedback.
You give the
That's
feedback.
what good. Yeah, that's what good. And then do the presentation, have a structure, it show what was it. I want to, and his structure and what he's just like, he's saying just like a future of marketing. It doesn't mean just like the future means upcoming 10 years, right? But it's starting from just like from 1992, and he's still doing this one, and it's going forward, and it can be changed within a years. Not mean just like changing today.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
But structure was okay, but what was missing? What was missing?
She will tell me because she
No,
didn't say
from
Yeah.
the structure at the beginning,
Conclusion has been missing.
on the first couple of slides, what do we normally
And no
like?
thank you slide as well.
Yeah, that's at the end.
Yeah,
But
no
we
pictures,
could have had an
no
agenda.
pictures, no visualization, just the writing.
Yeah, I was expecting a more mature crowd.
Content,
We could have had
content list.
a bit of an agenda or an outline of what you're going to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Important.
I think it
When
should
you're
be on the
presenting.
points.
And no
Not
points,
like
like
explaining
slides are
everything,
always
like
in
consumers
points,
go for
not
shops.
with the paragraphs.
Yeah, now, okay, that's a good point, okay? There's writing here, but sort of Hussain got away with it a bit because he did read a few slides, but most of the time he was sort of talking about them.
Yeah.
So you can sort of get away with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually you write bullet points, but you sort of got away with it a bit, right?
It's more about like discussing and sharing the idea because it's not a university presentation
Yeah.
like you need to get 80% out of it.
Yeah.
It's all about sharing the idea so you can know about like what is retailing and stuff. And even I can enhance my idea about marketing and retailing and stuff, how it will be.
So that's okay,
And it's
right?
time.
Carry on.
Yeah.
It's 23 minutes.
So what else?
Was the presenter distracted during the presentation? No.
No, not really.
Was continuously speaking about what is what.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Focus, yeah.
What else and props did the presenter use? Nothing.
Oh, yeah, no props there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And
It's body props.
Well, yeah, but it's always good, you know, to have something to engage a little bit.
Yeah.
At the end you engage really well, but you could always do a handout or something or whatever. Yeah, okay.
did the presenter close the presentation properly? If so, how? Yeah, just like he told us, just like to just like tell about the conclusion, just like make our mind about what you understand. That one was one of the good idea because we never did this one before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that one?
Did the
Closing?
close the presentation properly? Yes.
Yeah,
He
although
asked us-
didn't, although you should have a
Yeah.
conclusion slide, yeah.
Yeah, but he just asked us.
Should have had a conclusion slide. And what else?
Did the presenter encourage class involvement? Yeah, at the last of the round,
Yeah,
it's like
lots
okay,
of
the question and
involvement,
answer.
yeah, bit of
Plenty of
biff.
involvement.
That's what I call a bit of biff, it's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And did the presenter demonstrate appropriate behavior when answering questions, including when they didn't know the answer? Yeah. he
Okay,
done.
good, yeah. Now, what are the three things you could have done
Oh,
better
just
from
like,
your? What?
everyone said no agenda.
Yeah, no agenda, yes,
Yeah,
so have an
and
agenda.
then just like no conclusion.
Yeah,
and
conclusion.
It will be slow, just
Huh?
like he speak too fast.
Yeah, slow down a bit.
I had to finish all the slides.
Right? Sometimes a bit too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
And
That's
then-
the three things. Yeah.
And then pretty good with the presenting,
Yeah.
but you still read a couple, right? But that's okay. You're better than most people who get what called bottom presentations, right? But yeah, pretty good, all right? So well done, good question, thank you. Good.